welcome to day 3, building an automation from scratch. We are going to get started. Pretty excited because it's just another day. Not every day is going to be perfect, but each day is just another step forward. Really quickly, let me try to see if I can get some better light. I accidentally broke my ring light, so I have to get that squared away. This might work out a little bit better. I have 2 monitors in front of me with just bright lights, so I'm just going to have to try to use that some background. But we are currently on day 3, but actually on here this is day 5 and 6. So I just want to keep everything along. So today we're going to be creating a detailed ideal customer profile and develop targeted marketing materials. So what we'll do is we will copy this part right here of our subsegment. Copy all this. We'll go over to Perplexity. Actually, let's do this. Let's copy this part right here first to give the instructions. Then we'll go over to Perplexity. Okay. Boom. So create a detailed ideal customer profile and develop targeted marketing. Develop targeted marketing materials using the following information. Then we'll copy and paste this. Copy this. Boom. And we're just going to paste that in there. See what it pops out. The other thing is I have a mentor that I've been working with for a while. He actually has his own automation business. So I'll be working with him to see if I can kind of bring some stuff in to kind of help speed this process up. He already has everything kind of set up. So for me, it's collaboration over competition. Is if I can get the advantage, and just like you are as well, if we can get the advantage to have a leg up, to have something that's already been built out, and then have not a baseline that's down here, but something that's like up here, and this is your starting point as opposed to down here. Now you have a huge leg up. So my goal is in these videos is to not have you here, but to have you even higher here, because by the time that you go through these videos, I'll already have a process that is tried and true, has been working for not just myself, but for somebody else. And together we kind of fine tune that process, and you'll be able to take a look at that and be like, well, here's what I can do to make it even better. So, all right. So based on the information provided, I'll create a detailed ideal customer profile and suggest targeted marketing materials for my business. So this is the ideal person. It's kind of weird, but this is my name actually. Not this part, but 32, gender, any, bachelor's degree in finance, CFP certification, background 5 to 8 years experience in financial services, recently started their own independent advisory firm. Assets under management is 5 to 10 million. He's doing very well. Mass affluent individuals, families, 100,000 to $1 million in investable assets. So this is who that person is targeting. People who have 100,000 to $1 million in assets that they can invest in, and they collectively between all their clients they have $5 to $10 million under management. So mid-sized city in the United States, tech savviness high, early adopter of new technologies, rapidly scale practice, compete with larger firms, provide high quality service. Cool. So here's the characteristics that we're looking at. Ambitious, growth-oriented, values work-life balance, seeks to differentiate through technology and personalized service, cost-conscious but willing to invest in solutions that drive growth, comfortable with digital marketing and social media, struggles with time management and scaling operations. That's good. Concerned about regulatory compliance and data security. Not bad as well. So some of the pain points is that time-consuming client onboarding process. I like that. Reason we're doing that is because we want somebody who has to keep redoing things over and over and over again. They have to send out the same stuff, the same text messages, the same emails over and over and over again. And people access their clients ask the same questions over and over and over again. And we can automate that process for them so that they don't have to keep doing that. Most times what people do, they'll just have a message that they already typed out, copy and paste that. But even still, that takes time. We're coming in here to say, hey, when someone clicks a button, sends a message, responds to something, is automatically going to happen. So you don't have to keep doing that yourself. So it's going to save you some time during that onboarding process. Difficulty managing growing client base efficiently. When you have those times where you have to keep sending messages, keep following up, and keep checking in on people, it's difficult because now you have to remember those things on top of you have to remember a dentist appointment. You got to remember, take out the trash. You got to remember, all these different things that are happening in life. It becomes more and more difficult to people, right? Challenges in maintaining consistent client communication. Again, the same thing we were just talking about is remembering the follow up process, but competing with everything else that you have in life. Let me put some. It's getting a little dark. I had to put some light back on. Struggle to compete with larger firms, resources, and technologies. Why? Because they're so busy doing their job. They don't have the time to come in and try to innovate to get to that next level. That's why they're hiring us or hiring you to become that person for them to say, hey, here's the gaps that you have. Like, your baseline is here, and I can come in and understand, like, within a few questions, start understanding where you're at. So I'm already up to scale, and I can go a little bit further because I don't have to worry about the day to day. I don't have to worry about communicating with clients and all that stuff. My job is to make your job easier, and because of that, I'm able to add more value to you. So that's what the goal is here. Concerns about regulatory compliance with limited staff, of course, right? So what we're using within Go High Level that has advanced encryption, which basically is how do they protect the data of clients or the client information. And we also have ways to limit who has access to certain things. So again, that kind of puts them at peace of mind because now they can start trusting us a little bit more and saying, all right, it's not just going to get hacked or anything like that. There's certain things that are in place. Now, of course, hacks can happen to anybody, so we can't prevent everything. But what we can do is start using AI to start saying, hey, what are some regulations around this stuff or compliance related things? And my job is actually checking compliance. So I work, and my day job is actually checking compliance. I check companies that work with the federal government to see if they're in compliance. So I have a leg up on this kind of stuff because I actually see this stuff day in and day out and know what it takes to get there. So I can understand where to go. I won't know exactly like what's needed because this is a whole different industry, but it's like, okay, there's standards, there's things that are written out, and we just need to know where to look for them and start piecing them together. But we have the help of AI to start using that, and we can start having conversations with financial planners to ask them like, hey, what are the top concerns with this kind of stuff that we're dealing with? So, and if it's for you, if it's a different industry, again, just having that conversation with your potential clients, like, what are your top concerns? And if you see right here, Score app, this is a one of the things that I came across in the book Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley, Priestly, Priestley, but oversubscribed. And we can start putting questionnaires together and saying, what are your biggest concerns? What are things that we have to watch out for in your industry? And you can have them tell you, so you don't have to guess. Number 6, the need for scalable systems to support rapid growth. Of course, because why would they be hiring us? Our job here is to help them scale, get more money, and get more growth in their business to get more clients that are wanting their services and things. Targeted marketing materials. We need the landing page. So here's the title that we can use: Scale Your Retirement Planning Practice with Optimize. Here's our key sections. Hero section, highlighting time savings and scalabilities. Features, focusing on automating onboarding, client communication, and compliance support. case study of similar advisor who grew their AUM, assets under management by 50% in 1 year using Optimize. I have a friend who actually is in this field, and we basically have set up a partnership where I refer people to him. So now I have somebody who I can say I can use as a testimony. I can point people to his website, and when people go to his website, they can see, wait a minute, this is a legit website. This is a legit person who does financial planning and stuff like that. So it just gives that much more credibility to what we're doing here. And if you have somebody in that niche, or if you don't have somebody in that niche, my suggestion is to go out to networking events, start interacting with these people. Go to Eventbrite, go to Facebook groups, go to meetup.com, and go to these events and start networking with people and say, hey, can I do this for free for you? Just so I can have somebody to beta test this on. And that's why when I go into my dashboard and go high level, that's where that's from. The some of that money is from me just offering my services as a super, 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 super marked down price, just so I can have some testimonies. And that's what you need to do when you're first getting started. Some people you might need to do it for free. Some people you might just be able to say, hey, I charge you $100 a month, $200, $300 a month, whatever the price you may come up with, and or you can come up to them and say, hey, I just need you to help pay for my subscription to the service, and I'll do all the work for you for free. Outside of that, and because I charge here, but I just need to cover this so I don't have to keep coming out of pocket every month. ROI calculator showing potential time and cost savings. Free demo sign up form. I like that because when they get to the page, what are they doing? They're interacting with it. ROI calculator keeps them on the page a little bit more. The testimonies keeps them on the page a little bit longer because they're reading something. Once they sign up for the free demo, we have an email sequence, email 1, 2, 3, and 4, struggling to scale your advisory practice. And what we'll do over the next day, because it's going to take time to go through this, and this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video because I have to plan some other things. But struggling to scale your advisory practice, here's how Optimize can help. And then what we'll do is just copy this and just tell this Optimize or Perplexity, just go ahead and expand on this email. And then we'll set it up and go high level, so that way it can go ahead and automatically send that out once somebody completes the sign up form. 3 ways automation can help you compete with larger firms. Case study, how blank person grew his AUM by 50% in 1 year with Optimize. Compliance made easy. How Optimize keeps your audit ready. You audit ready, right? Now, and here I would want to make sure that I put in there that there's no guarantee that you won't get audited. But at the same time, we're here to what they call mitigate or lessen the risk of that happening. Limited time offer, try Optimize free for 30 days. So this is a drip campaign, what's called a drip campaign. And I like this because people need a lot of interactions before they trust you. The reason that they're not buying your service the first time or booking your service the first time that they come to your pages, they don't know you. They're going to pages all day, every day, and they're just trying to see, they're just checking around and seeing who's the most attractive, and then they're getting their top 3, top 5, top 10 websites that they see, and then just trying to see, like, is this something that I may like? But again, you have to keep being in their face over and over and over again, 7 to 11 times before that person decides, okay, I want to try it out and see what happens. Not I'm going with it, but I just want to try it out and see what happens. And that's where we're doing the free for 30 days right here, so that they get a taste of exactly what it is that they can be expecting. So we got a social media campaign. We're going to be using LinkedIn. We have an ad for advisors, automate your practice, amplify your growth, learn how. So I'm going to have to figure out how to create a new LinkedIn. I only have my personal one, so I don't want to have my personal one mixed with the business one. So I have to double check into that. And that's why I said this video is going to be shorter, because there's things I have to check in on the back end. But actually, now I think about it, I'll do that research live so we can kind of go through this together. So that's add one. Add two, spend less time on paperwork, more time with clients, discover, optimize. Add three, scale your advisory firm without scaling your stress, free demo. I like these because again, it's addressing a pain point. Automate your practice, right? Spend less time on paperwork. Scale without scaling your stress. It's a pain point that's being addressed. And then it's talking about what we're doing to address that. So we're going to amplify your growth, right? Just learn how. It's not anything that's asking you to commit. Um, More time with clients, discover, optimize. Again, just getting information. We're not asking anybody to commit. Free demo. People love free things. So now we have a webinar. The title is The Tech Savvy Advisor's Guide to Scaling Automation Strategies for Rapid Growth. Key topics. So in Go High Level, you have the ability to have a webinar. And okay, I know I'm going back and forth, but I'm just kind of processing. I need to do the research so I can keep these videos as short as possible, and so it's not as boring as possible. What I'll do is I'll look into the LinkedIn, how to set up that, and then how to set up the webinar within Go High Level, so that way we can address these key topics. Right, current challenges facing independent advisors, how automation addresses these challenges, demo of optimized key features, Q&A session. So what this sounds like it wants us to do is have a webinar that's live that people can join. So oftentimes we'll have to set up a schedule and say, well, how much time in advance do we need to have for people to then join the webinar? Is it something that's going to be weekly? Is it something that's going to be every 2 weeks, monthly? Is it going to be recurring at all, or is it just going to be a one-time thing recorded and kind of go about it that way? So we'll have to go through. We'll have to go through those things and those questions to better understand that, and that'll take us the next day. So tomorrow's Friday, so I'll go ahead and lock in with that to get that on the wraps. White paper. I have this explain it. I have an idea of what white paper is because of crypto, but I just want to double check that. So, title: Leveraging Automation to Compete with Larger Firms, a guide for independent financial advisors. We got some sections in here that we'll go over. The changing landscape of financial advisories, key areas where automation provides a competitive edge, how to implement automation in your practice, case studies, and checklists for selecting right automation. When you type this stuff in, what will happen is you'll get different responses. So if you're getting a different response, that's good. Just follow along what it's talking about and what it's saying, because again, it's searching the internet for the best practices. So here's the rationale. These marketing materials are designed to address the specific pain points and aspirations of emerging independent financial advisors like Alex. Highlighting Optimize can help them scale their practices efficiently and compete with larger firms. So the main thing that we're doing here is giving them information of why the service is even needed in the first place. Why do they even need automation? Because people, again, don't understand the solution that you're trying to provide to them. They don't understand AI, they don't understand automation. And when you talk about that, it's like foreign concepts to them. They may have an idea of it, but at the end of the day, it's just that. It's just an idea. They don't know. So they need more information. And your job in the beginning is not to sell them, but to give them as much information as possible, leading them down a path to say, all right, if you like this information, here's the next set of information. Here's the next set of information. Now it's time to start closing because now this person has gone through all that bit of information and still decided that I kind of like this. I want to read more into it. Well, there's only so much information that you can get before it's time to commit. And what we're going to be doing after a certain point is saying let's lay everything on the table. Let's lay everything out here. What are your biggest pain points? But you're doing that live, face to face, right? Whether it's on Zoom, in person, whatever. But now that person can get a feel for you. They get a feel for the business, but we want them to get a feel for you because they need to trust you as the business owner before they actually do business. They can have all the information and feel good and feel excited about having automation, but there's a ton of automation companies out there. Why should they go with you? So that's what we're trying to address here. And all this stuff is just giving that information about why they should work with the business and then we get to them, get them on the phone, or a call or Zoom or whatever, so that they can start understanding why they should do business with us. And once they get to that point when they start understanding why they should do business with us, that's when you start going in for the close. That's when you go for the kill. So I'm gonna leave this video a little bit shorter today, like I said, but I hope that this bit of information was impactful for you. So we'll call this day 3, and then tomorrow we'll just call it day 4, just for simplicity's sake, instead of calling it 3.5. But again, I hope that this is helpful for you, and super excited for you to watch this progress and this journey. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe as well, as I drop more videos. Also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, it is at underscore AJ the one. So AJTHE and the number 1. So I upload some videos there. I'm thinking about starting a new one, just so it's more specific towards this stuff, so that you don't have to keep going over. If you like the content, cool. If not, then I'll try to keep one a little bit more specific. And then TikTok is the underscore Alex underscore J. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Send me a DM. I do answer all of them. It does take me a little while to go through some of them because I just get overwhelmed with the amount of DMs that I get and comments that I get on a daily basis. But I will get to you. Also, if you want, you can join my school. That link is in my bio in both my Instagram and TikTok. So appreciate you. Looking forward to speaking to you as well, and answering questions that you have. Peace.